So thanks so much for joining me today. We can go ahead and get started. We're going to do a 50-minute gentle yoga flow. So my name is Lucas. Happy to welcome you to my studio here. Go ahead and roll yourself out a mat. If you have one, get hold of a block or a cushion. Won't need it too much, so it's totally optional. Maybe get some water, but again, whatever feels good for you. This is going to be your practice. So go ahead and take a easy seat, or you can lie down with your back flat on the mat. Also option to take child's pose, resting your forehead forward into the mat. Today's class will be pretty gentle, pretty flowy. We'll go from one move into the next, using the postures to connect deeply with the body. So for now, let's use our breath to connect with the body. Noticing how you're breathing and just witnessing the expansion of the chest and the rise and fall of the shoulders. Listening to the sound of the breath. And let's take box breathing. So you're going to inhale for a count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause for 2. And then exhale for a count of 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause for 2. Inhale. Pause for, and then exhale for. Pause for 2. Inhale for. Pause for 2. Exhale for. Continuing with this. And then we'll go ahead and get into some movement. So go ahead and take the knees into the chest. And let's first sway side to side, working into the back. Maybe you take your knees and you draw big circles on the ceiling. And then circle the other direction. Let's plant the feet down and press up the hips. And lower the hips down. We'll take it with the arms. So inhale, raise your arms up overhead while you press the hips up. And then exhale, bring your hands down, lower the hips. Your head can stay down. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, lowering and forward. Moving with your breath. And throughout the class, feel free to follow my pace and my rhythm, or go at your own pace. You could go a bit slower or faster, whatever feels best for you and your body today. And take a couple more breath cycles. Breathing in and back. And exhaling down and forward. And then let's take the knees into the chest again. We're going to rock up to a seated pose. So rather than using the legs, use your core. Put yourself into a ball here and just sort of like rock with the chest and the belly, gaining momentum. It'll take a little while to get the momentum up, but you'll rise higher every time. Right? And then come to seated with the knees pointing up. We'll do some ab work here. So point your palms up, inhale, backward, exhale, forward, inhale, and exhale. And throughout the class, you can make things a little bit more challenging. If you want to go deeper into the pose, you can go further back. Okay. And then let's take the feet up in the air and let's tap them on the mat one at a time, waking up our feet. Bringing some playful movements, playful vibration, shakes, slapping the feet down. Start to feel the tingling in feet. That means that you're doing it right. A little bit louder. All right. And then let's hold on to the thighs for a moment. Take the weight into your upper body, almost as if you were going to do some curls with the legs. All right. And then take your feet up and pull in one leg while you straighten the other. Really make that leg nice and straight. Point through the toes. Keep the spine long, sitting up tall. Let's take a few more rounds. And then let's come to a boat pose here. The shins should be about parallel. And let's move the hands from side to side. A bit of a dance, a bit of a sway motion. You can lower the feet if you'd like. Twisting from side to side, waving the hands around. Whatever kind of a flowy pattern you want to make with the arms is good. Yoga doesn't have to be super serious. We can get a little dancey, a little flowy with it. So just move in an intuitive way that feels good for you from side to side. All right. And now let's cross the feet and come to a seated pose. Let's reach the arms up nice and high. Press your tailbone down. Reach, extend through your fingers like you want to get tall. And by the way, anyone who's listening who hasn't seen the chat, I pasted a couple playlists in the chat. The first one's a little bit more energetic. The second one's a little bit more relaxed. So if you want to play some music, go ahead and throw on one of those playlists. And as we were reaching up, inhale, and then with the exhale, just take your hands down to the mat in front of you. You can tent your fingers and walk your hands a bit further forward, keeping the spine nice and straight. And then you can hinge forward a little bit. We're not super warmed up, so no need to go really deep. And then let's walk the hands back in. Let's take our hands behind us. Press the chest forward, open up the neck. Come up to neutral. Keep your left hand down. Take your right arm up and over. Soften your left ear to your left shoulder. Just ease into this here, sending your left hip down as that right hand reaches up. You can gaze up over at the hand. And then with an exhale, switch sides, letting the weight be even in your sit bones. Pressing that right hip down to raise the left fingers up, gazing up nice and easy. And then with an exhale, we'll switch. Let's take this with the breath. Inhale and exhale, opposite side. Breathing in. Exhale, switch. Full breath. Let it go and switch. And then come back to center. Let's switch the cross of our legs. And you'll know if you switch the cross of your legs because it'll feel a little awkward, right? Let's reach the arms up, nice and tall. Extend, extend. And then take them down. Lead with your heart, hinging forward a bit, nice and gentle. And soften. And then take your hands behind you again, behind your hips. Press the palms down, puff the chest up, tilt the chin back. And then take it to neutral. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, twist to your left. Take your left hand behind you, your right hand to your left knee. Take a couple of easy breaths here. And then inhale, rise and back up. Exhale to your right side. Couple more easy breaths. Take it back up. Take your arms really wide, like someone is pressing your hands back. Inhale. Exhale, wrap them around yourself, offering yourself a full body hug. And just receive that that appreciation from yourself. Inhale, spread your arms open again, spread your wings, and then cross the opposite arm on top. Bonus points if you remember which arm that was. Breathe into it, sway a bit from side to side, working into the back, into the shoulders. And then take the arms out, give them a couple shakes, a couple sways. Shake the hands, shake the elbows, shoulders. And then we're gonna rock forward into a tabletop pose. So palms stacked underneath of your shoulders, nice vertical lines there, knees under your hips, fingers spread nice and wide. Press the surface area of your hands down, really feel that full connection. Then tuck your toes, and we're going to hover the knees up a few inches up off the mat. Nice and steady here, feeling your inner fire spark. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees, inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, round the spine, gaze back, tucking the tailbone. Inhale, pulling the chest forward. Exhale, wrapping the shoulders around the front of your body. Inhale, tilting the tailbone up. And exhale, reversing that. Continuing to take these cat-cow alternations. Exploring and bringing health and vitality into the mind-body-back connection. And then take any other intuitive movements that you'd like to take here. Any circles, circular motions. You can make vertical circles, you can make horizontal circles, choosing which plane you want to circle on. And then switching directions. Exploring the pose a bit more. Then walk your hands a hand's length distance up, shift your weight forward so your shoulders stack above your wrists. Or in a cobra pose, just a gentle cobra. Inhale. Exhale, press the hips back towards your heels. You're going to hug your hands down into the mat. So we're not quite coming to child's pose. So don't let your hips touch your heels. Keep them up. Send your tailbone back. Long lines, stretching the arms. Stretching out the spine. And then we'll shift forward with an inhale. Let the exhale take us back. Continue to move with your breath. Inhale comes forward. And the exhale will take you back. Let your breath guide your movement here. This one feels nice. Just take it slow. And then let's all come forward, tuck your toes, Press your hips up and back, down dog. Now from down dog, you can wag your tail. You can bounce your heels. And let's take down dog pedals. So bend one knee, press the opposite heel down. So I'm pressing my left heel down, and now press your right palm down as well. And then switch. So your right heel and your left hand press down. Left heel, right hand. Right heel, left hand. And just continue to alternate, really feeling that nice deep calf stretch. You can soften the head and the neck here. Let's inhale up to our toes. And exhale, press the heels down. Inhale to the toes. Exhale, heels down, hips back. One more time, inhale on the toes. And then exhale, press your heels down. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Walk your hands back so you're in a fold here. You're standing in a fold. Your knees can be nice and bent so the chest can come close to the thighs. And then we'll take a halfway lift. Bring your hands to your shins, your thighs, straight back, long neck. Exhale, fold forward again. Really soften into it. Let's take another halfway lift. Long line from your tailbone to the crown of your head. And then fold. Now press into your heels. Roll your back up, stacking your vertebrae. Circle the arms up overhead. Bring the hands to your hearts. Inhale, sweep the arms up and back. Exhale, fold. Take your hands down to the mat. And you're going to walk your hands up, coming into that down dog shape. And then go ahead and lower your knees, coming back to a tabletop. Inhale, send your right foot up and back behind you, and take your left hand up. Inhale to reach them long. Exhale, draw your elbow to your knee. Inhale for that extension. Exhale for flexion. Breathing in. Nice balance. Exhale, draw it together. Nice and stable, yogis. Let's do one more. Inhale. This time, hold it here. Hold them out. Gaze at your thumb. Raise your thumb up. Raise your back heel. And then you can reach back around you, taking hold of the foot nice and gently. Nice and gently. Right. And then release those, lower them down. Let's switch. Take the left leg up, take the right arm out in front of you. Really stretch them out long. Notice how the spine feels different with these limbs stretched out as opposed to the opposite ones. So just continuing to stretch them out, get that expansion, help the spine find a really nice alignment here. Inhale. And with the exhale, find your balance. Draw them together. Inhale to reach. And exhale, bring it in. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do a couple more. Breathing in. And exhale. Last one, we'll hold it, reaching out, gazing at the thumb, raising up the back heel into hand. And then exhale, let's lower them down. Check it out. Take your hips from side to side. You can gaze over at your left foot, gaze over at your right foot. Just rinsing that out. And now take your left foot all the way back with the toes down, and now place your inside heel down. You can take your right foot off the mat to your right for a kickstand, stack your shoulders, and gaze up. Check out those fingers. Press your bottom palm down. Option to straighten the bottom leg. Option to hover the top leg. Let's take this top hand here And we're gonna exhale, threading it through. Don't take it down to the ground. Just thread it through in between your arm and your leg. And with an inhale, reach it up, open the fingers, open the chest. Exhale through. Inhale, opening up. Exhale. Inhale, opening up. And then this time, we're going to go right to the other side. So take your left hand down, take your left knee under your left hip, right foot to the back of the mat. Your left foot can make that kickstand shape, opening up. Finding your alignment. Take your time, set it up. And then with an exhale, we'll bring the hand, threading it under. Inhale, reaching up, opening the chest. Exhale. Inhale. One more, reaching, threading. Inhale, open, nice and expansive gesture. And then let's bring it down. Nice work, guys. Now take your right foot up and back. This is a fun little series here. Take your knee to your nose or close to it. Inhale it back. Then step your right foot up to the top of your mat. You're going to take your arms up. Lean your hips forward as much as feels good without straining the hip flexor. Okay, gazing up. And then with an exhale, let your hips come back a bit so they stack, lower the arms. And then with an inhale, lean your hips forward, take the arms up, gazing up. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, leading with the chest. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, back. Leading with the head, then the heart. Big sweep. Exhale, back. Tuck your back toes. And then this time, when you inhale and sweep up, straighten that back leg. Rise to a high crescent shape. Find your balance here. Hips nice and stacked under the shoulders, nice and level, not tilting too far in either way, nice and stacked. And then spin your back heel down. So now we're in a warrior one with the heels in a line for greater balance. Draw your front hip back a bit, working to square the hips towards the front of the mat, just in that direction. Okay. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, lean forward about 45 degrees, sweep your arms back. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, and this time when you inhale, you're going to walk your back foot or sweep your back foot up, raising your left knee. And we're going to come to tree pose. So take your left foot to your ankle, your calf, or up to your thigh. Take your hands to your heart for a start. Finding your balance and growing your branches. Extending through your fingertips. And as we like to do in Yoga with Lucas, go ahead and take a dancing tree. Throw your balance gently one direction, and then notice how the body compensates when you do that. Just taking any movements here that feel fun or interesting or maybe playful for you, just playing with your sense of balance. All right, and then let's lower that down. Shake it out a bit. Bounce in the heels, let the heels bounce. Soften through the joints, so let the hips bounce a bit, let the shoulders bounce. Very, very healthy movements here. Just releasing some of that tension that we keep in our body. All right, let's inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Let's plant the hands, step to a plank pose. Holding here in plank. Holding here. 3, for 2. And exhale, press back to a down dog. And lower your knees, coming to a tabletop. Let's take that on the other side. Inhale your left foot up and back. Exhale, bring the knee towards your nose. Inhale, extension. Exhale, step your left foot up in between your hands. Sweep the arms up. Exalted low lunge. These are exalted arms. So leaning forward, and then we'll take the hips back, exhaling, lowering the arms down. Inhale, lean, sweep up, gaze up. Exhale, back and down. Leading with the chest, inhale. Exhale, you can charge your head, swoop into it, swoosh up. Exhale, back. Inhale. And exhale. And then tuck your back toes. And this time when you inhale, sweep up, straighten your back leg, high crescent lunge. Find your balance in this crescent warrior shape. Nice. Now spin your back heel down. The foot's at about 45 degrees or so. Your back foot is. Inhale, extend through your arms. Exhale, lean and sweep. Nice triangular shape from your fingertips to the crown of your head. Inhale up. Exhale. Pointing long through those fingers. Inhale. Exhale. This time with the inhale, we'll take that back knee up. And then find a tree pose on this side, starting with the hands in Anjali Mudra. The tree of your choice. Right? And then grow your branches. Now from here, maybe you want to dance it out again, in which case totally play with your bounce and get flowy with it. Or perhaps you want to really, really root down, maybe find a very stable posture. What is the most stable way that you can stand? For me, this is it. And then I invite you to play around with your sense of balance without your vision. So go ahead and try to close the eyes for a few seconds. Very good, very good. Let's lower it down, shake it out again. And in whatever way it feels good for you, just take some natural intuitive movements. And let's come to standing. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Plant your hands, step one foot back, then the other, coming to plank pose. Nice and strong and solid in your plank. Feel that straight line from your heels, through your core to your head. You can lower your knees here. And then we're going to lower down very slowly all the way down. Right. And with an inhale, we're going to hover the hands up. Inhale. And exhale, press the hands down, raise the chest up. Inhale, lower down, raise the hands. Exhale, press down, raise the chest up. Moving with the breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, only going as high as feels good for you. Exhale, press the hips down, engage the core to help protect your lower back. And hold here for a couple easy breaths. Your arms don't need to be straight, though they can be if you like. And then let's lower it down. You can make a pillow with your hands here, rest your forehead on it, and take your heels from side to side. Just rocking the heels from side to side here. Now take your left arm out in a like a T shape. And you're going to take your right leg around. So maybe this leg stays in the air like this. You can stay on your right fingertips, right? Maybe this foot can come down to the mat. Wherever you're at today, listening to your body. And coming back around through center, let's take it to the other side. So reach your right arm out long. These left fingertips content. Take the left leg up, and then maybe you take that left foot off the other side. Take a couple easy breaths. And then let's take that back over. Press the palm down under the shoulders, send the hips back. Take a child's pose here for a couple breaths. Softening with gravity. And then shift your hips forward, take your shoulders above your wrists, cobra. Tuck your toes, exhale, press back to down dog. Bend your knees, press your tailbone back, get a nice flat back. Get your back really flat, open up the armpits, and then straighten the legs, press the heels down a bit further. Yeah, nice. Now inhale, bend the knees, gaze forward. With the exhale, walk, step, or float up to the top. Halfway lift. And fold. Let's hang out here for a little bit. Take hold of your elbows for ragdoll. Sway from side to side. Sway the body from side to side. You can widen your stance a bit. Relaxing through the shoulders and the neck. Shake the head no, nod it yes. And then let's release the arms. Sweep the arms back behind you, then bend your knees, sit your hips back, reach up, chair pose. Let's bring the feet together. Big toes touch, knees touch. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right hand forward, take your left hand back, gaze over your left. Now check out your knees. Your left knee is going to want to come back. So bring your right knee forward, bring your left knee forward in line with your right knee. So we're doing a counter move. We're bringing this arm back, which is going to want to bring the knee back. So now we're actively bringing the knee forward to compensate for that. Make sense? Soften the shoulders. Extend long. Nice. And then let's inhale, just straighten our legs up. Exhale to chair pose. And let's take this on the other side. So reach your left hand forward, right hand back. And then check out your knees, keep them in line. Continuing to extend long, fingertip to fingertip. And then inhale up. Exhale, fold. Let's take a halfway lift. Take the back nice and flat, lengthen the neck. And then fold. Sweep your hands back. Sit the hips, chair pose. And we're going to take what I lovingly call awkward pyramid pose. It's a beautiful pose for alignment. It feels a little bit awkward, which is why it's awkward pyramid pose. So step your left foot back about 3 feet. Your feet are pointing off about 30 degrees or so. Right. Take your right hand down either to the thigh or, if possible, wrap it around your calf. And then reach your left arm wide. This pose is great because it has angles in it, but the angles are all gentle. So we're not really pushing the edge here. We're able to stretch and work on our strength at the same time. So take a few more easy breaths in it. If you want to widen the stance or point your arm in another direction, just make this your practice. And then let's just step the back foot up to meet the front foot, come to standing. Let's take chair pose. And then let's step the right foot back a few feet. Take the left hand down to the thigh or the calf. Reach the right arm up. Taking your awkward pyramid pose on this side. The gaze is up. Just exploring, pressing down into the feet. Pressing into the back feet, extending longer through the arms, lengthening the spine. And then let's step it up to stand at the top. Let's step back our left foot here. Let's open up into a warrior two. So your right knee is going to be over top of your right ankle. Extend your arms out long here. And let's just start by leaning back and leaning forward. Maybe you take this little wavy motion here as well. Letting your weight be even in the feet. Then we're going to take side angle. So take your front forearm down to your front thigh, reach your back arm up. Maybe this front hand comes to a mat, comes to a block or to the mat. All right, just making this work for your body. And then come back up through center, warrior two, stacking that knee over top of the ankle. The knee points in the same direction as those toes. We're going to flip our front palm. Reach it up and back as this backhand slides down the back leg, gazing under your armpit and up. Expanding through your stance, so we're not collapsing, we're creating length through the joints in our back leg. And then we're going to inhale this arm really high, back, straighten your front leg, inhale. And then with an exhale, big step up to the front of the mat and fold forward. Let's take a halfway lift. And then fold and rise back up to standing. We'll take warrior two on the other side. So take your right foot back, your left foot's forward, knee over top of the hip. That front thigh is rotating externally. The back thigh is rotating internally, right? Extend the arms out long in a T shape. I'm going to turn just so I'm facing you, okay? Hang out there. And begin to rock the arms back and forth. Just reaching one way. Maybe you make a bit of a wavy motion with it. Just enjoying the gentle flow. Then we'll take it forward to a side angle. Take your top arm up. You can gaze up at those fingers. Finding your weight even in both feet. And then back up through center, flip your front palm, take it up and back, let your back hand slide down the back leg. And then create some length through your back side body, actively reaching up. Can you reach a bit further up? And then straighten the front leg, deep inhale. With the exhale, step up to the top of your mat and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Step one foot back, then the other. Inhale. Exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin, or come to a low plank chaturanga. Inhale, pull your heart forward and broaden the collar. Exhale, press back to a down dog. Take a couple more easy breaths here in down dog. And then bend your knees, gaze forward. With an exhale, walk, step, or float up to the top. Take a halfway lift. And fold. Press into your heels, rise all the way up, stack the spine. Bring the hands together. Inhale, reach your arms up, keep them nice and high. Exhale, lean your hands to your left, take your hips to your right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, take your hands to your right, hips to your left. Inhale to center, weight evenly in the feet. Left side. And center, and opposite side. And center, inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, bring the elbows down, raise the chin, cactus. Inhaling up. And exhale, cactus. Let's do one more cactus, reaching up. Big exhale out. Perfect, bring your hands to your heart. Take your legs nice and wide. You can point the toes out. Keep the knees about over the ankles. Keep your knees pressing towards your ankles. You can take your hands to your thighs. Lengthen the spine. I'll demonstrate. So we inhale, and then you go, ha, ha, ha. So with me, starting in the center, left shoulder in, twist to your right, ha, center, to your left, ha, 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 big exhale, ha, make it count, ha, two more, ha, ha, very good, straighten the legs, reach the arms up. Turn your toes in so your feet are parallel, and then exhale. Make sure you have a block, actually. If you want a block, we're going to do a wide-legged fold. Folding forward. And if you notice any slight tingling or lightheadedness or dizziness from some of the breathing that we do, that means it's working. So you can walk your hands further down the mat. You can take your hands to your ankles to help draw you down. You can rest your hands on a block. Explore what feels the best for you today. And let's take our hand to the block or directly under our gaze. And your left hand will come to the block. Your right hand's going to reach up high. Really squeeze your upper thighs together and press your tailbone back so that your spine is nice and straight, gazing up at that hand. Feeling the stretch from the groin up the spine to the shoulders. And then switch, take the right hand down. Left hand's going to rise up. Same thing, squeeze the hips together, press the tailbone back. Slight bend in the knees, just a micro bend, pressing your toes down to protect. And switch, let's do it one more time on each side. And then let's lower down. Take your hands to your thighs, rise up halfway, and then rise up all the way. Yeah, very good. Now coming to the top of the mat, you can take one knee down, and then the other will take camel pose. So you can place your hands behind your seat, fingers pointing down or up if you're super flexible. Draw the elbows together, lean back, and then maybe rock back up, bring the shoulders above the hips, and then lean back into it. And rock back up. And then lean back into an option to tuck your back toes and take hold of the ankles. And then go ahead and come forward, taking a child's pose. For this child's pose, try with your knees together and your arms down with the palms facing up. And then go ahead and bring your seat up, cross your feet, sit back, reach your legs out, and then come down onto your back. Bringing the knees into the chest. Let your knees rock over to your right, gaze is over your left. You can cross one leg over top of the other or place a block in between your thighs. Let your breath be smoother and longer than usual. So in yoga, we sometimes call this Ujjayi breath. To regulate the breath, take a full breath in, constrict the back of the throat or purse the lips and let it out slowly. Continuing to soften and relax for a couple more easy breaths. Then bring your knees into your chest. Hold on to your knees, actually. Hold on to them above so that they're stacked above your hips. And take them in some circles, circling them out and in, out and up and in and down. Like you're tracing a figure 8. Then let's take that the opposite direction. Yeah, exactly. And then take your knees over to your left side, option to cross the legs or use a block. Softening the shoulders down. We want to keep the shoulders down. Let your arms be parallel to your thighs. And so in yoga, we use the movements and the postures to build strength and flexibility. And we also use them to connect more deeply with the body. So as a bit of a moving meditation. In this pose, we can use the breath, filling the diaphragm and noticing the expansion of the side body. It's just a really interesting shape to breathe into. And when you're ready, bringing the knees into the chest, you take hold of the soles of the feet for happy baby pose. And you're welcome to take some rocks back and forth. Taking whatever other movements feel good for you. You can draw the feet apart Opening up the inner hips. Maybe you sway gently side to side during this. And then bring the legs together, gently curl into a ball, tuck the tailbone, raise the forehead, inhale. And with the exhale, open up, lowering the head, reaching one leg out, then the other. Take up some space here. Get any movements out. Find yourself in the center line and come to stillness. Continuing to breathe. Using your awareness to scan through the body, finding any areas of particular sensation or tension. You can send your breath there. You can allow them to relax. You can use the exhale to dissolve any tension. Staying relaxed, just noticing how you're breathing. Noticing the energy cycling in the body from your practice. If your eyes are closed, noticing the colors behind the eyelids. Listening to the sounds in the room. Pulling out the most distant sound. What is the faintest sound that you can hear right now? And listen to that intently. Bringing some gentle movements to the fingertips and the toes. Rolling the wrists and the ankles, arms and legs. Reach up overhead, point through the toes, full body stretch. Bring your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your legs. And then rocking over to one side or gently rocking up, come to a seated pose. Let's take a gentle, relaxed seat. Let's take one breath together to close. So exhale fully. Take a full breath in and let it go. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'll hang out in the chat for a bit if you have any questions. Really appreciate you guys flowing with me today. Tomorrow we'll do a more powerful flow. We'll really get into it and break a sweat. Continue our moving meditation in more of a solar, more of a more masculine, really empowering way. So looking forward to doing that with you tomorrow at 10. Oh yes, Atticus. Thanks for joining, Atticus. Yeah, so glad to have you on the channel. Like, that's really awesome. And thank you so much, Jessica and Carl. Thanks. Hey, Carl, how are you doing? Oh, and before you leave, definitely please drink plenty of water, drink a lot of water, eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, have like a meal of just half vegetables, like fresh veggies, plenty of vitamin C, oranges, and citrus fruits, like organic if possible. But there's never been a better time to just be as healthy as possible. This is like we have the time and the opportunity and the inspiration to really just keep our immune systems and our bodies super healthy, keep our energy flowing, right? All right, I'm going to close it out. You guys have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. Have a fantastic day. I see the sun shining out there. It's a beautiful day. So get some nature and join me for some more yoga tomorrow. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Lindy. All right. All right. Hasta luego, friends.